How's everybody doing? My name's Augie with VIP Playlist. I'm here with my great co-host,
Hey guys, it's Adam.
and today we have a guest with us, solo project. You want to introduce yourself and what you do?
Yeah, my name is Michael Andriano, also for some reason known as the Goose King.
Nice, I like that.
I forget exactly how that started, but
Yeah,
that's like a thing, and I embrace it.
that's
Animal
what's up.
branding is really useful.
Oh yeah, everybody loves animals. Oh, dude, your bio on Spotify is great.
I forget what I wrote there. Is that the one that starts with shoot? Is it the really stupid one? If it's not,
Something about
Yes,
something about a Cretan.
it's
oh yeah,
Michael is an unapologetically insane goth elf weirdo thirst trap.
that neither me, my mother, nor my
Yeah,
therapist that
can
lives rent
fully
free in my
comprehend.
head
Yeah.
for reasons neither me, my mother, nor my therapist can fully comprehend.
Yes, absolutely. I love that. It's great. There's one thing I have to say before we get into the whole music thing. I have to tell you, man. So I graduated. I'm not going to tell you the year because I'm old as shit. But well, actually, no, I'm going to tell you the year because if I tell you the song that was my graduating song, then I'm going to sound even older. But I graduated in 2008.
Sheesh.
My school graduation song or whatever was "Don't Stop Believing."
Oh yeah.
I swear to God, we didn't pick that. I guarantee the teachers probably picked that shit because they gave us a little voter paper and like Lil Wayne was on there, one of his songs, and like he was popping off in 2008. So I know damn
Right.
well that's probably what we would have picked, but I guess the teachers' votes count twice. I don't know.
They just overruled it, dude. They were like,
Yeah,
hell no, we ain't playing
It's
that.
not fair.
but I hate that song. But I only say that to say that I enjoyed it without the vocals.
Yeah, I was gonna say you've heard my cover of it, right?
Yes, yes, that's what I'm
Yeah,
talking about. Yeah,
yeah,
don't stop me. I enjoy it more without the vocals.
indeed.
I actually liked it without the vocals. So, and
Yeah,
I can
I
get shit off for hating Boston all day. I don't care. I'm not a Boston fan.
oh, I love Boston. Peace of
Yeah,
Mind by Boston is like one of my most favorite songs. It's so fun.
is it? That's funny. Yeah, no, I liked it, man. I liked your rendition of it. It was really good.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. So, before we get into like the music and everything, tell us a little bit how you got started with your solo project.
Yeah, I've always just wanted to, you know, write stuff, and I've been in bands, and I've always just wanted a creative outlet that I would have 100% control over.
Hmm.
And it's not something I would ever like. People will say, "Oh, you could turn this into a band." Like, no, because like I've been in projects where it really felt like it was one person writing the music and everyone else was just there to play the parts, and that's what it would be if if I had this creative outlet. And so I would never want to bring other people into it, like, yeah, we're a band, but then that just be like a total lie. I want to have an outlet that I can do whatever I want with.
Yeah,
I
Right.
sometimes have people play with me live, but it's like I'm hiring people to do that. It's not like they're in a
yeah, for
band. It's just
sure. Yeah,
bigger shows want to put on a band sort of performance. But I just want to write stuff. I'm a huge music nerd, so I can get into all the weird music theory stuff that no one else wants to hear about
yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
they're not smart enough.
Well, I was gonna say we'd love to hear about it, but you
We may
basically
not
speak
understand it.
Chinese
Yeah,
to us. Yeah, we're
yeah,
not musicians at all.
yeah.
It's just like all the cool stuff you can do, and you're like, oh, I can do this and this, and that's why it works, or oh, I can do this, and I can play this over this, all these different combinations of things that you wouldn't think would sound good or be possible. And then like you find out, oh, this is just like a common trick that's been used by people for decades.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's nothing like super new. It's not like rules for how music has to be done. It's just like, here are the options. There's a lot more than you think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I
Right.
watched. I don't know if you've heard of Stop, Drop, Rewind, but Chris Lawn from Stop, Drop, Rewind. He's the bassist, and he's teaching TikTok about music theory, one person at a time. He's
So he's like
actually
teaching somebody else, and that's the
no,
video
he's just
content.
like sitting there. He'll just like post videos like teaching music theory or like talking about why something works or whatever. And they're
Mhm.
hella entertaining because he is one hell of a bassist, dude. He is such a good fucking bassist.
Yeah, that sounds fun. I would do content like that if I didn't have a rule about all of my TikTok content, which was never try too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
the
I hate
way
video
like
editing. I hate it.
look at what he does. He does a really good job because he doesn't look like a try hard and like
Hmm.
they just look like they're enjoying it and having fun. Because they didn't,
They're goofs. Like they
yeah,
don't
they're
mind
big
just
giant
going
goofs,
up like
man.
that. They probably just
Yeah.
like one or two take it and just throw it up there.
Yeah, send me the link. That sounds fun.
they're a progressive punk band, right? So they add a lot of like
Okay.
different time signatures and everything, but it's still punk rock, but it's like a progressive punk rock almost, right?
Yeah.
They just wrote their very first Midwest emo song. It's so fucking funny, dude. Oh, I love it because they did it as a goof, but then like the internet loved it and like forced them to write it. So, but it's great, man.
Sometimes that's how good ideas come about. It's just you have a focused intention of we're going to do this dumb thing, and
Oh,
all of your other
oh
worries about because you're like this is just a dumb song, and then it turns out to be really good.
yeah,
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 exactly.
yeah, for sure, man.
So
Yeah.
you mentioned your job. Are you like the cool one that whips out your guitar and like impresses all the kiddos?
It's an online high school, but I do actually bring it sometimes. I have this. I used to teach guitar for a while, and I would bring this because it was just
Oh, wow.
Oh,
smaller.
nice.
And
That's cool.
I'll bring this into the office sometimes if I need to practice something during my lunch break. Just take it out.
Well, that's what's up, man. That's awesome.
That's
Oh,
great.
I don't know if that's mine or your internet, but you're starting to cut out a little bit.
Oh, my internet's terrible and it's awful because I have no control over it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's just like we get a couple little laggy moments, but we'll push through.
Yeah, we'll push. It's not so bad. Like it's not the worst. It's actually not too bad at all. But um, all right, man. So let's hop into this. Let's name your playlist. Start off with that. You got a good name for us?
Goose King's Party Picks.
Oh, the
Oh,
Goose
yeah.
King. I like that.
I like that. Yeah.
Funny because I listen to so much like obnoxious rave music, but I'm so autistic that I can never go to parties. I don't like loud events,
Yes.
which is uncomfortable when you have to perform live.
That is an interesting
Loud.
dynamic. Yeah.
Yeah.
So wait, so like you don't like to go to like okay, you go
I
see like your
rarely
favorite
go to
musician or
concerts.
artist? Really?
I
Okay.
rarely go to concerts. I also have like a lot of physical health problems, so
Okay.
standing for a couple hours is really not good.
Okay, it's
Oh,
really
man.
taxing. Wow.
Damn.
Makes it really hard to date because girls see me on stage like, oh, this rocker guy can take to concerts, but then I'm like, I go to like one show a year, and then it's
Yeah.
like, oh, he's super boring.
Yeah. Yeah. We I mean, when we do go to shows, Adam goes more than I do, but when I go to, I'm nowhere in the front. I would rather sit in like the balcony area and just watch. I ain't trying to get in the pits or none of that stuff. I'm just trying to watch the show, man.
I used to when I was in high school. I went to a lot of shows. It was fun. I had
Yeah.
some friends that I would go to shows with, but then I got old.
Yeah, I mean, I still go, but I'll pay the extra 20, $30 to get a seat up in the
Yeah.
balcony.
Let me sit down.
Yeah, I'll sit down.
I'm too old to stand for 4 hours.
There's a venue out here with big outdoor lawn, and it's known for people setting things on fire.
Oh, nice.
They have a big water cannon that they will shoot out on the crowd to put out the fires because there's always people starting fires.
Yikes.
That's crazy.
That's interactive.
Yeah. Listen up, all you VIP peers.
And VI
We have a
players.
goddamn Patreon now.
It's so aggressive.
I did.
We have a Patreon now,
Yeah, motherfuckers.
and a Discord,
Yeah,
and a YouTube,
Discord. Come
but
join it.
no webcams yet.
No webcams. You can't see our beautiful face.
Not yet.
Yeah. Shout out to Enormous Adam on Discord. Hit him up if you need a Discord. He did a great job on ours. It looks cool. But guess what? You won't know how it looks unless you join that bitch. If you would, please join our Discord and our Patreon. It would be really cool of you. We would love you forever. We'd still love you forever, even if you don't.
Yeah. You join the Patreon, you're going to get stickers. You get to dehumanize me.
Yes.
You want to know what that means?
Go look at the Patreon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's it. And subscribe to our fucking YouTube channel.
Yeah. Comment.
Thank you.
Review. Subscribe. We love you more.
All that stuff. Do everything that you do for all the people that you love on YouTube. Do it for us too.
Yeah.
Thanks.
We love you.
So the first couple of songs we like to put on this playlist is from your childhood. So like think of like before you had control of the radio, maybe something your mom, dad, grandparents, or something like that put on that just kind of got you interested, I guess. Maybe I know Boston, we talked about that before we started, stuff like that.
I feel like Crazy Train would have to go on there. That was my mom's favorite song.
What was it?
Crazy Train?
That should go on there. Crazy Train?
Oh, yeah. Nice. That's a good start.
I feel like any playlist I make would have to have Fractured Mirror by Ace Frehley because that's like literally my favorite song.
I recognize the name, but I just could not put a face to it. And then, yeah, Gotcha.
Yeah, my dad was a huge fan of Kiss, and then that got me and my brother interested in music, and then all downhill from there.
Yeah. Kiss a couple of times, speaking to some other artists. So it's really interesting, and it's obviously like it came from their respective parents as well.
Yeah, we never got Fractured Mirror though. So
no, that's a new one.
It's a weird one. It's just a little chill guitar instrumental that was at the end of the album.
Yeah,
that he did when they did their weird solo albums.
Yeah, I got you. So that was kind of like your start, like where you actually got interested in wanting to play, or how did that all come about?
I was actually playing violin at first because when my brother and I got old enough to do like school band and orchestra, it wasn't a question of do you want to pick an instrument. It was a question of you have to pick something. Because my dad played drums in the 80s and he was in bands. My mom played clarinet. So it was like I had to pick an instrument. So I picked cello, but then I had to take it on the bus and I got sick of that. So then I started playing viola. And then I had a private teacher. Is the internet okay?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Okay. And so then one week my teacher was absent and he told me ahead of time and he said, well, we'll just have like the guitar tech at the front of the store run over some songs with you. But meanwhile, my dad had just gotten a job at Fender and he brought home a guitar. And my grandpa played guitar. I thought, what if I just brought the guitar and learned a few things? And so I did that. And then I never brought back the violin.
Nice. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. Yeah, my daughter's in band right now. She plays the flute. And I told the kids, I was like, I gotta do some kind of extracurricular activity. I don't care what it is, but something. Like, even if it's band, that's fine. And I would prefer band because I always want to learn an instrument. And maybe one day I will, but I didn't learn in high school. So
helps them make friends, keeps them out of trouble, makes them learn some skills, learn to interact with other people.
Well, in band also, you get to take really cool trips. So.
That's true too. You usually can, get exposure to a lot of different experiences.
Yeah, and like camp and stuff like that. Every year you go to camp and like, it's just a really cool, really cool fucking experience. So a lot of shit that with band that you don't get to do with any other extracurricular activity. So
true.
When did you start progressing into your own taste of music?
Pretty quickly. I had a lot of free reign on stuff and I was just listening to different things. First was all 80s stuff. And then my dad would bring home, catalogs for different guitar brands. And then you'd see artists in there and then you'd start listening to them. And then you'd get like tab books for Christmas and you'd start listening to those artists. So that's when I started listening to like Metallica and Judas Priest and the Police. And then you just start picking stuff up, and my parents would never the kind that would tell me, "Oh, don't listen to a certain kind of music." So,
yeah, that's awesome.
Oh yeah, dude, that's awesome.
And
They gave you
I
kind of
had
free reign.
the guitar, and it was like, yeah. And then of course, I was playing guitar, and I wanted to learn more guitar songs, so I got into more rock music rather than pop music.
Hmm. I just remember, I don't know like how old you are, but I just remember when I was younger, I just always thought rock music was just way cooler.
So Metallica, Judas Priest, more on the rock music side is where we were at,
Hmm.
and less of the pop.
Yeah, but now I listen to a lot of things, and I've been listening to a lot more pop music for inspiration. Really,
Yeah,
I don't
for
know,
sure.
man. Modern metal is just so stale.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see it getting that way. There's a few there's quite a few bands coming out though that really surprised me. So, and I am the type that listens to pretty much anything. So
Yeah.
As
let's
long
get
as it's
some.
catchy.
Yeah, right. Let's get some Metallica on here, man.
Am I Evil was like the first big song that I learned. That little beginning with the hammer-ons is a lot of fun. Also really easy. I teach my students that one.
Nice. And then Judas Priest.
Uh, God, that's a tough one. Which one? Yeah, just throw Painkiller on there. That's a good one.
You mentioned one more, but I couldn't quite.
The
The
Police.
The
Police.
Police.
Message
That's
in a
okay.
Bottle. That's a good song. Also really hard to play.
Oh yeah. Ooh, what is it about that song that makes it hard to play? I mean, like I'm not like a music guy or anything, but
The finger spacings, you just have this big wide shape, and people don't like stretching their
I
fingers that
got
far, and
you.
it's also really fast to move those shapes.
Yeah. I got you. I got you. Okay. Yeah, that's a good song. I like that song. I like that one a lot.
You said you listen to like pop music now just to kind of get out of the rut of metal. So what are some of the
Oh yeah.
pop artists you listen to now, like, or what kinds?
There's this bedroom pop guy called Glaive, and he has this song called check what the let me check what the title is, because I
Play.
know it's just like this epic bassy song. Fuck, where the hell is it? I think it's just called "Fuck This Town," and it's really catchy.
Glaive's good. I like Glaive stuff.
It's fun, and the way that like there's so much more low end in pop music, and
Yeah.
when you're driving in your car, it just helps block out the sad thoughts. Sometimes you just need the overpowering, obnoxious instruments. Sometimes.
Yeah, I really like Break-ins, that CBD album he put out last year. That was a really good like
Uh,
I don't know if you
yeah.
heard of him. I don't know if you
Oh
listened to
yeah,
that.
yeah.
That album is really fucking good.
I'll like throw on some play, and that's the thing with like me and pop music is it's really just sort of a pretty recent thing of just trying to find in more inspiration in it.
Yeah.
Um, because like I have an EP that I just finished bouncing the last track, and it's all getting mastered, and it's going to come out probably the beginning of September.
Oh,
And
nice.
it's really you can sort of see a transition in my older stuff, which was more rock focused. This EP has no like heavy guitars, which was kind of the goal. But there's
Yeah.
some songs where it like feels heavier at times, and then it'll just switch to a much more mellow part. And yeah, very Tim Henson is probably my biggest inspiration. I want to be his friend so bad.
I feel you,
Every
dude.
time I see him in an interview, everything he says about music, I'm like, yes, I agree. He's so smart.
Yeah, for sure, dude. And then I don't know if you ever seen that what's his name? I see him on TikTok all the time and he's fucking insane.
Is it
Ichika Nito, I think is his name.
he's fun, he's
God,
cool.
he's insane, dude. I seen that motherfucker play piano on his guitar, which was nuts. I don't know how, like he hooked up some kind of like pedal or something to it. I don't know what the fuck he did to it, but it was insane.
I did that once.
Yeah.
I have this MIDI guitar that I can plug in, and it can play piano sounds. And I posted a TikTok with it, and the company actually reacted to it, which was cool. And then I went to NAMM, and I went to their booth, and they're like, "Oh, hey, it's that guy," and that was really cool to be
Oh, that's cool, man.
recognized.
I know at one point, I think I saw that you were, what is it called? Like, not sponsored, but like,
Yeah.
yeah. But what guitar? Are you still sponsored or
Hmm?
whatever?
Yeah, they're making me one that I'm going to play in a lot of content. I have a lot of content I plan to do with the EP, and of course the guitar that they built for me. If I get it in time, there I'm going to be using that. The company's called Siggy Braun. He's
Oh,
a
nice.
German guitar maker, and apparently they're really really big in Europe. And their website, you see a lot of names. You're like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
that person. Like they recently got the Rick Hunolt from Exodus, like
Oh,
one of their
nice.
Exodus
Oh
guitarists.
yeah.
He's on there.
That's
Timo
awesome, man.
Tolkki from Stradivarius is playing one now. So, ooh,
Hell yeah, dude. That's really cool,
Do,
man.
do you know when that's supposed to come out? The guitar?
the EP or the guitar that I'm getting.
The EP we'll talk
They're
about in a little bit. Yeah, but
yeah.
the guitar itself.
Hopefully soon. There's not a definite date. They're still working on it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got you. That's
It'll be
awesome, man.
available for purchase as well.
For like,
It's not a signature.
Okay.
okay, okay.
We might talk about a signature at some point.
Gotcha.
It'll definitely be a very interesting guitar because I have a lot of weird preferences when it comes to electronics,
Hmm.
and so it would be a very very niche instrument probably.
We
But
had a guy on here that got a signature
Ando-san.
Ando-san, and his guitar looks
oh,
fucking beautiful.
Yeah, he
His
actually went to
signature,
NAMM as well, right, Augie?
I
I'm
think
pretty
so.
sure he has a signature guitar that came out this year.
Yeah, I came out in May, I think. His guitar is fucking gorgeous, dude. It's got like this like purple like glitter feel to it,
I
but
forget,
when you
yeah, what he
turn
called
it,
it.
yeah, when you turn it, it's a completely different color. Oh man, it's so
oh,
fucking
is it like
beautiful,
a
dude.
chameleon
I
finish?
think so. Yes, I think
Something
so.
like that,
It's
or
cool.
some kind of. I feel like the word burst was in it, or something like
Yeah,
that.
it's
But yeah,
Oh,
fucking
it's
I
a
actually
really
thought it
pretty
said
guitar.
beautiful.
chameleon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ormsby's are pretty
Yeah,
nice. I
it's an
saw
Ormsby. Yeah.
their booth at NAMM.
Yeah, it's a gold chameleon is what it is.
There
But
you
like
go.
the
Yeah.
color is like purple and gold, red and gold is what it is, but it almost looks purple sometimes, but it's fucking gorgeous, dude. Man, that's a pretty guitar. But
I'm
yeah,
not a gold person. I'm
yeah,
not a gold person.
I'm not either. My wedding ring's
It's
actually white
hey,
gold, I
hey,
think. No,
it's
it's rose
flashy. It's
gold.
flashy, you know?
Yeah. You know what? I'm not either, but that guitar, I would fucking, if I could play guitar, I'd rock the shit out of
Yeah.
that thing, dude.
And
That
all it means is
thing's
I'm saving money.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, we just keep telling ourselves that, yeah.
Yeah. Shit, I bought a rose gold ring, wedding ring, and that bitch is like silver now. I think all the rose gold like fucking washed off of it.
Oh,
I wear
Yeah.
like
that's
no jewelry, so when and if
unfortunate.
the day I get married, I'm gonna look really, I feel really weird with the ring
And
on.
it takes a bit to get used to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like wearing it every day.
Yeah. Every fucking day.
I can't
I
just
don't
wear
wear
it when I
jewelry either.
sleep
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah. No, I don't wear jewelry either. That's the only piece I wear. I mean, I don't know if you include earrings, but I
Yeah,
just
that
got
counts.
those like less than a year ago. So
Yeah, yours are all gauged out though. Like
yeah.
it's a little different.
Yeah. I worked hard
I
at
love my
that too.
earrings.
I worked hard at that. I blew them out once and I had to go down a size and then wait for another 3 weeks to go back up.
Body does not heal fast enough. We need like
Yeah.
Wolverine levels of healing.
I went from a 18 gauge all the way to a 00 in like, I think it was like 8 months.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah. The last
I gotta
size
do
though,
it.
I think it was like the two to a double to a zero, two to a zero is when I blew it out finally. And then I had to go back down to a four and then work my way back up because my
Hmm.
ears swell up real bad.
We talked a little bit about sort of your initial tastes that you kind of developed on your own, Metallica, Judas Priest. No, wait, that
Yeah.
was what you were. No, that's right.
Yeah, those are his
Um,
Yeah.
initials.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. What did sort of that progress to as you got a little older?
Uh, folk metal.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh. We haven't got, I don't know that we've
Yeah,
got
I don't
any
think
of
we
that.
got
you ever
any.
heard metal with like, accordions and flutes and instruments you've never heard of? It's like the coolest stuff.
I
I'm
have
I'm
actually, but I could not
super
tell you
interested,
any
but
any band names because
yeah, I don't put,
I
let's
went
get some of that on the playlist, dude.
yeah, dude. I went down a rabbit hole one time because I was watching uh I think it was like uh I Wrestled the Bear once or like I was gonna get all the girls and I just kept clicking on videos and clicking on videos of bands I never heard of and I got to like this weird fucking like this I call it like Louisiana hillbilly music, like metal because they were all wearing like overalls and on farms and they all had like banjos and like weird shit and they were screaming their asses off and I have no idea what any of the bands were, but it was sick. Anyways, go ahead and give us some bands, man.
One that I listen to so much. So what would be Equilibrium? They have a song. They have a bunch of really good songs. Born to be Epic is at least one that's not in German, so I don't have to try to pronounce it.
Nice.
But I had this thing called iTunes Radio, which was like iTunes Genius playlists, but this was before Apple Music was a thing, and so I got to listen to so much stuff that I I wouldn't have found otherwise. So I just find so many bands, and then I ended up with the rabbit hole of folk metal. Y'all should put Ailstorm, not Hailstorm, Ailstorm. They make that joke live. They have a bunch.
That's
They're
hilarious.
pirate metal.
Oh,
So
nice.
it's like people talk about liking sea shanties all the time. It's like, yo, you should listen to Ailstorm. It's pirate metal. It's
Oh, hell
hilarious.
yeah. You got a song from them?
Drink, be a good one.
Drink.
The singer gave me a beer when I saw them live. I was like 15.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
I was always tall, so I can get away with it.
No, it must be
Nice.
nice. I'm a short motherfucker.
I'm not short, but I look like 4 years younger than I actually am. Everyone's always told me that, so
Yeah,
I don't know. I
I'm
still get
old.
ID'd. I go to the gas station, I get ID'd.
Yeah,
When I'm
remember that
buying
one time we
beer.
went to the fucking bar?
Oh yeah. Sorry for the derail here, but
That was
it was
hilarious,
like
dude.
me and Augustine. Was it just us? Was
It
it
was
like
just us two, and we
it was
walked up
just
to the bar.
us?
Yeah.
We sat down at the bar and we each ordered like a beer, and the guy's like, "Can I see some ID?" And we both reached for like our wallet, and he goes, "No, just him," and pointed at me.
I was
And
like, damn.
they check your ID at the door. He was, I
Is
don't
it the
know.
beard?
Yeah, it is the
Uh,
Have a
beard.
beard?
It's the
I
beard.
do have
Yeah.
a beard. I do have a beard.
Now you didn't then though. You were still pencil thin back then.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. You've gotten quite a bit of a beard going on now.
Yeah. Well, anyways, any
Not
other of
you.
these folk metal bands?
Twilight of Magic by Elven King.
Okay.
There you go. I have like a small playlist of songs that I call the playlist Nostalgia Bomb, and it's a very exclusive playlist for stuff that like songs that have reached the pinnacle of importance to me. That's one of the
Gotcha.
songs on there. It the
Gotcha.
playlist is like I believe only 5 songs long. That's how exclusive it is.
Yeah. Well, hell yeah, dude.
I'll listen
Um,
to it before I die. Relive my whole life.
so I mean, I know you didn't start off in a as a solo project. You played for quite a few bands and everything like that, and post from like I mean, I know post hardcore and stuff like that. What other types of music have you played?
Uh, I've always like tried to start metal bands when I was a teenager, but never like went anywhere.
Yeah,
Crack Rabbit, I guess you would call. It was always hard to like define Crack Rabbit because it sort of like sounded like Paramore sometimes, sort of like sounded like Nirvana sometimes.
yeah.
The songs are really good. Yeah, I've played with I've played bass for a thrash metal band for a
Oh,
little
nice.
while. That was fun. Metal
Yeah.
bass is more fun than metal guitar sometimes, especially when it's like really fast.
Yeah.
It was
bet.
fun. I've only like recently been like doing band stuff because people always ask me how long have you been playing guitar, And I would tell them 4 years on, 4 years off, and 4 years on again. Because when I
Yeah.
was in college, I wasn't trying to do music. It was, I had a couple guitars and I knew how to play, and I try to
Right.
write stuff every once in a while, but I wasn't trying to play shows until
Yeah.
like I got into it again, and then I've just been doing that a lot more and meeting more people and stuff.
Yeah. So do you do like fill-in stuff as well for bands?
Yeah, and that's what I'm going to be doing now for a while. It's like I don't know if I want to commit to another project right now, and I'm kind of enjoying not doing that. I had always felt for a while that I needed to be part of a band to meet people and to have a name that was like worth anything. But now I feel like I know enough people and I have some tiny bit of an audience and some bit of exposure with TikTok and everything and some of the companies I've done stuff with. So it's like, okay, I can do this on my own for a while. And I really want to continue to build that because I always felt like when I was in bands, I didn't always have enough time to do
Yeah.
some of my solo stuff sometimes. And so now that I don't have that, I can do it more. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that's understandable, man. Yeah, I mean, you already have a name that sounds famous, so yeah, I think you got to worry about that no more. Your name sounds legit, man. If
I
somebody
would have
told
been
me like,
booked for a
"Hey,
billion. I would have been booked for a billion stadium shows, but no one knows how to spell my name. So that's the
exactly,
reason.
yeah,
That's the reason. All
yeah,
those emails are dead out in the ocean because no one
yeah,"
can spell my
they
name.
misspelled the damn Gmail address.
They forget the N, don't they?
They
Yeah.
forget the N and then they switch the A and the E. It's like why? And they're like,
Oh
well,
Lord.
that's how my uncle spells it. And I'm like, I guarantee you, it's not.
That's interesting.
Yeah, the A and the E. Yeah, that's isn't that
That's
like
weird.
Michelle?
Well,
Mikhail.
Yeah, Mikhail. I don't
Mikhail.
know.
I don't know how you say that.
dude,
Yeah.
I lived in Germany for a summer doing a class, and I go to my first class, and the teacher pronounces my name as Michael, and I'm like, oh God, no, I need a nickname.
Yeah, we gotta
Yeah,
fix
just call me
that.
Mike.
We gotta
Just call me
nip
Mike.
that in the bud.
Nah, eventually we settled. Well, Mike is what my parents call me, so that'd be
Oh
super weird.
shit.
I don't
I
like
got
anyone
you.
else calling me that because it feels
I
weird.
got you.
Yeah,
So
I
then
get
I had
that.
like a Russian classmate, and he was telling me the Russian version of Michael is Misha, and I'm like, yo, I kind of love that, and now
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
it's like what I
Yeah.
name my character in video games and all my profiles and stuff.
Dude, I
Yeah,
am the
no,
worst
Like,
fucking namer ever. I can't name characters in video games. I
you
suck at it,
can't
bro.
even name your own cat.
I can't. No, I'm the worst. My cat's name is Mr. Kitty because I can't name it. I can't name things, bro. I'm
my
bad.
my best friend was a teacher for a while, and he has a cat called Whiskey Rebellion.
Oh, nice. That's a good
That's
name.
nice.
That's a
That's a
They
good
strong
just
name,
name.
call it
man.
Whiskey, but he's a history nerd, so I was like, that's
Yeah.
hilarious.
That's
See,
way
like,
better than Mr. Kitty.
if I wouldn't have had help naming my children, they would have just be called like Child and
Yeah.
one, two, and three.
Children's.
Chitrins. Yeah, I'm not good at naming things. Bro. Like I have a Diablo 4. I've been playing that. My character's name, I couldn't think of it, and so I just named her Shoddy because I don't know.
Like Shoddy in the club?
Yeah,
No. Wow.
Yeah, names are tough.
Yeah,
yeah,
those are
What I always
tough.
think is really disappointing with names is when you see like instrumentals and then they just have like a one word as the title, and it's like, wow, you could name this literally anything.
yeah.
And like I one day I'm gonna write a song and I have a title saved for it, and the title is just gonna be the greatest thing about writing instrumentals is you can name them whatever you want and it will still make sense. And that's gonna be the whole song title.
That's a good.
Yeah.
So that's a
You'll see
yeah.
like the most progressive, like crazy instrumental song, and they'll just call it like Bright. And it's like,
Right?
what?
Like
Like, what
Yeah.
is that?
it was like sure it makes it easy to like communicate to people, but what I think is always funny about my song titles, because especially the ones on the EP are all really long, is
Mhm.
how people choose to abbreviate them, which I think is
Yeah,
kind of funny.
yeah,
Oh,
So
yeah. The
yeah.
abbreviations are always funny.
Speaking of the EP, you
mhm.
kind of mentioned a bit of a shift in, you know, sound
Sound.
and also that it was going to come out early September, hopefully.
Yeah, that's what I'm shooting for. They're all the 5 songs, they're getting mastered right now, and yeah, just I'll find like an aesthetically pleasing date in September and
Awesome.
choose that if because I've been working on this for like a year, and a lot of that was wasted time.
Okay.
So, but I do think the final product has benefited from it because of some of the different ideas that I've experimented with in the meantime. And like, oh,
Mhm.
okay, maybe it's. I always tell myself once you achieve a big goal, you instantly forgive yourself for all the mistakes because hey, if I had changed anything, I wouldn't have gotten here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. That's a
Is
good
that
way to look at
something
it.
you plan on like touring at all or just playing shows locally, like your stuff, your solo stuff?
Yeah, I've done a couple shows and I really didn't think I would ever do it live, but then I did one show and it was fun. It would just depend on what shows and if I can have like a band with me for some of them.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
like I put out an unmastered demo of one of the songs, and if you're like paying attention to the time signatures, it's obnoxious
Hmm.
and and
Yeah,
it's just like that's just how it came out. And I do weird things with time signatures, and I'm not a drummer, but I compose all the drums in my music, and so like, hey, I'd have to find a drummer who can understand the style and is okay with, in some instances, probably composing parts because oh, if I made this, I wrote this part and programmed it all, and it doesn't make physical sense sometimes, then well, I'm
Right.
not going to
Yeah.
force them to do it accurately. It's hey, I want to find people that I trust and like their style because it's really nice when you can find people and that I want you because of what you do, not just because you play drums or you play bass or you play guitar.
Sure.
yeah. You
And
find
I,
somebody that clicks with the music and with you, stage presence
yeah,
and everything like that is a big deal. And I'm sure
Yeah.
it's hard to find both, somebody that clicks with you and what you wrote.
Well, I
yeah, and
hadn't
also like
really,
time too.
yeah,
Yeah.
I hadn't really, yeah, definitely. I hadn't really thought about that. Like, if you have programmed drums and then, you find a drummer and you think they play well, and then they just are like, that's physically pretty impossible. So we're gonna have to compromise here and figure something else
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, like
Whatever you
Yeah.
made this computer do, it's like impossible.
yeah, and my dad actually played drums for me for one show, which was really cool.
Oh, that's
That's
And
cool,
awesome.
it
man.
was like, hey, as long as the beats, is the same energy, and
Hey, we're not
usually
gonna
my
know any
cymbal
different. The
choices,
common
yeah,
listener.
and I
Yeah.
think it's okay if it's different live.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. That's
I think
part
it's
of
more
it.
about the atmosphere live than the listening, like than what the song actually sounds like. It's more about like stage presence and I don't know. There's just a different
Yeah,
vibe to it.
it's like you have to adapt to the situation. It's not just about playing the songs; it's about performing the songs.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I'm a
exactly.
huge musical theater fan, so the great thing about something like theater is you could watch the same performance, but it's different every time
Yeah, it's not the
because of this,
same.
that, whatever. So it's always interesting. And I've seen a couple bands multiple times in shows, and sometimes it's very samey, but some bands, it's different, and it's oh, it's interesting. Oh, look, they did this differently. Oh, it's not like it was on the record. Well, okay, listen to the record. Who cares?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, well, I noticed that too. You go see a live show, and sometimes they speed it up or slow it down, or pitch can change just because like
Yeah,
the magic of obviously they're in the studio and there's just some things like you can't expect someone to just consistently do live in person, especially if they're on a 20 show tour every day. Like they're
yeah.
they're tired, they're human, they're sleeping in a van. Like those aren't exactly the perfect conditions. So it's awesome to see the adaptation.
Yeah, it's not a sport. Like musicians don't have to be athletes. We don't have to have like crazy physical accuracy all the time. That would I don't like that perspective.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm trying to figure out when this will be out. So when do you think your EP will be out?
Sometime in early September, hoping the first 1 or 2 weeks. I mean, I'm not concerned about the whole um like 4 weeks thing that DistroKid does, but like I don't know, maybe
Yeah.
the first because it's a Friday
Okay,
and
cool.
it's a one. It's just going to be an aesthetically pleasing date.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like
for sure.
I did the Caramel Dance and Intense and Purpose single that came out on February 22nd, 2022, and I put so much pressure on myself to get it out on that date. because I was like, I cannot pass this up. I have to
Yeah.
release it on this day. And I did it. I didn't sleep for like 4 days before finishing it.
Yeah, well, this interview was. I'm looking at the like when I'm scheduled. We do these. We record
Oh,
these in advance, like a lot. I
well, if
think
the
this one will
EP is
drop
out, then go
on.
listen to
It
it.
is. It's gonna be out. It'll be the 14th. So the EP should be out by the time this
Oh,
thing
yeah.
comes out. So
If it's not, then something catastrophic happened. But yeah,
yeah.
if yeah, go check out How to Train Your Wildest Dreams by
Oh
me.
yeah. How
Yeah,
many
that's the
songs is it?
title of it. There's gonna be five.
Five
Okay.
songs.
There are three completely new originals. There's one that was redone from the last single, and then one cover.
Okay. And the any vocals on it, or is it just all guitar?
No, it's all guitar. I
Okay.
was because Polyphia's last album was a huge inspiration to me. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I should do more stuff with vocals. And I know that I did the Clarity single, which I
hmm
love the fact that
That
that exists.
was
That's so
a
cool.
really good song. It was a really good cover.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I like that a lot. And I spent an entire like 2 months, December and January of last year and this year, trying to get other singers to collab on some songs, and it was just a huge waste of time. I couldn't get anything from people, and I was like, okay, yikes. I have a couple cover collabs that I'm working on right now. One's with Dakota Jackson of Atria. The other one is with Avi from Tarot Blood, and so those will be out
Yeah.
whenever.
I've
That's
heard of
just like,
Atria.
oh,
Atria
let's
is
do these
really
things.
good. I love them.
Yeah,
They blow me
yeah, I
away every
really
time I
like
listen
them.
to them. They're really good. Are you just not a singer?
I I can sing. I actually did do singing lessons for a while. My vocal register is weird. If you ever listen to Typo Negative, which by the way, I don't want to be me, should be on that playlist by Typo Negative.
Okay.
I can sing that, and I've thought about doing it for something just because that's a fun one to sing. Most of the time, I just don't enjoy singing, and if I like it too much, I like get choked up and can't sing it. So
Mm. Okay.
Yeah. I got you. I got you. I feel that. So we mentioned Polyphia a few times on here, man. Give us
yeah.
some Polyphia song. You don't have to put just one. You can put however many you
Oh,
want.
yeah. Light is an amazing one. I actually taught one of my students that one. It was like his second lesson of ever playing guitar, and he was a big Polyphia fan. And he was like feeling really discouraged for his first lesson. And I was like, all right, second lesson, we're going to learn some Polyphia. And he was like, what? I'm like, no, trust me. I got this. It's going to be good. And he can do it. That song is really fun.
Nice.
Um, Goose, let's just put Goose on there. That's good.
All right.
That EP was really fun and trying to come up with like new stuff. Like the first song on the EP, Relax, I'm literally just vibing, was very much Polyphia inspired. It was like, okay, I'm gonna try to write a hip hop pop song, and that's where all of those ideas come from. And I think you can hear it in the song.
Yeah. They did really good with their little pop song with Sophia Black, ABC. Song
Yeah, that's a
goes so
fun,
fucking
that's an
hard, dude.
interesting
It's
one.
really fun and like I don't know, they did a really good job of hitting the pop aspects in that song.
Yeah, right. Like that album, I think is really important, at least to me, because I heard those songs and I'm like, I gotta do more stuff with singers.
Yeah,
It gets more people to listen to your stuff sometimes because people are like, oh, I don't like instrumentals, which is annoying and also incorrect. But what can you do?
I would say that like it's hard to find the right singer because like I said, when we first started this, is I'm not a fan of Boston's voice, but I've never heard the music played as an instrumental, and it was a whole
I've
new
thought about
song
it.
to me. The what was it? Don't Stop Believing. It was a whole new
Yeah,
song to me. Like I knew it, but it was like I don't know. It was just better to me personally because I'm not a big fan of like that vocal style from
yeah,
back
that
then.
definitely breaks a lot of bands for people is if they just don't
Yeah,
like how the singer sounds. It's like, well, now they're gonna not listen to any of the stuff.
exactly. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So like the instrumental, the way you did that Don't Stop Believing, I could still tell it was a song. It wasn't too far away
Yeah.
from the original, but
Hmm.
I just enjoyed it better. I was able to actually enjoy the song without being like, God damn it.
I spent so much time trying to grab every single syllable in the vocal line because I wanted it to be accurate. Like I didn't want it to
Hmm.
Right.
just sound like it. Like the idea was you could sing along and it would follow like every single word.
Yeah, you did a really good job. I had really
Thank you.
enjoyed that song. Yeah.
Hmm.
And I really enjoyed your cover of Clarity. I
Yeah.
mean, all your music was really good. We started with Rising Sun and then went all the way to your En Route remix.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, every song is really good. It's very I would say that I don't know. So in this it seems like you pulled a lot from uh like 70s 80s rock type instrumentally, um like classic
Yeah.
rock.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Joe Satriani
Yeah.
was probably one of my favorite guitarists from the 80s.
Yeah, it seemed like you pulled a lot from there because it sounded very classical, but with like a new age twist to it. So,
Like classical, like Mozart, because
well,
I train myself in neoclassical stuff a lot.
I was talking like classic rock, but I mean,
Uh,
in thinking now that you mentioned that part of it, I can hear some of that in there as well. So,
I won a music competition when I was a teenager. Um, I played one of Mozart's songs and I won. So the video is actually on my YouTube channel, Music Man Misha. Someone I don't know recorded the video and posted it on YouTube. And then a couple years ago, I was like, "Hey, thanks for taking the video. I'm gonna repost this on my channel, just like by the way."
Hmm.
And so now that's on my channel too somewhere.
nice. So you got a little more Polyphia vibes in the new stuff, which we're
Yeah,
excited to hear.
yeah, it was.
So you said Joe Satriani is your favorite guitarist.
Mhm.
What
Well, I think Tim Henson is probably my
well,
favorite
yeah,
guitarist,
Tim
but
Henson, yeah, but you
favorite
said
guitarist
yeah,
from the 80s.
from
Yeah.
70s, 80s, yeah. Is there anything that he's on that you would like to throw in here?
What's the one from? Uh, what's the one? Oh, ceremony. That's like I was thinking like there's one that I really really liked. It's that one.
Is there anything that you're like vibing to at the moment, like currently? Like,
My favorite band would be Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
okay,
They, I, it all started with the Parasite anime because the opening was this song that I thought was like the coolest thing ever, and the song would be "Let Me Hear." I love that song so much, and their stuff it really influenced me because it was chaotic and interesting, and I could listen to the same song so many different times and I never got sick of it because my brain could never remember all the details. And it's just like this epic rave, hardcore rave music. They've done a lot of anime intros.
oh, nice. Oh yeah, dude, man.
Give us some anime
Uh,
recommendations.
uh, I can give you an anime and a song recommendation. There's an
Perfect.
anime called Uncle from Another World, something like that. It's funny. It's a really
Okay.
really charming one. And the intro for that is a song called "Story" by Mayu Maeshima. It's such a good song.
Okay. We'll check it out.
Oh yeah, dude. I've
Yeah.
been
Also,
watching.
oh sorry,
Oh no, go ahead.
I was gonna say also Kaguya-sama, Love is War. It's so funny. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen. It's great.
Nice.
Like, if not into
Uh,
romance anime, it's so funny though.
I've been watching anime on my lunch break, like an episode a day on my lunch break, and I started Doctor Stone, and I fucking dig it.
Oh, I've been meaning to check that one out.
It's really good. I like it. They got like a. It's funny because when he's like thinking of something smart, like in the background, you can hear like rapping. There's like English
Ooh,
rapping in the background.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I really enjoy that one. That one's really good. And then I watched Hunter x Hunter. I finished that one. That one's good.
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas did one of the Hunter x Hunter intros actually.
Did they?
Yeah, a song called Just Awake.
Okay. Yeah. See, everybody was like, "Oh, you don't want to start that one because they're never gonna finish it and everything." And honestly, if they don't ever come back and make any more episodes, I'm happy where the anime ended at. It ended in a good spot. So they closed up most of the loopholes that were already there. And even though it like opened another one, but at least he met his dad. So spoiler.
Can't believe it.
Yeah. So
Why have you
it
done
ended.
this?
I mean, I'll exit it out or beep it out or something. But I don't know if y'all want to watch it. It's really good though. It's a really good watch.
Well, I
Yeah,
was
I'm
going
always.
to, but
Hmm.
What's funny is I listen to so much Japanese music now that every time I watch an anime, instead of finding, I listen to the intro song. Oh, let me check that out. It's I recognize that.
Yeah.
With
yeah.
a few shows so far, it's like, oh, okay. Apple Music has been throwing all of the intros my way.
Nice. Man, Japanese people make such good music. It's insane. Like
Yeah,
90% of the anime openings are fucking bangers.
Yeah,
it's funny. And
agreed.
anyone who rides in my car with me has to deal with the fact that the music probably won't be in English. So it's like I don't listen to a lot of music with English vocals. It's a lot of
Yeah.
Japanese stuff and instrumentals.
My wife is the same way. She listens to all that anime openings and like she plays a lot of like Otome games and she'll find songs from there and listen to those.
Yeah, I've heard people compare my stuff to video game music a lot, which say, hey, people like video game music, so
Oh yeah, dude.
it's like when
Video
people
game
say they don't
music
like
is great.
instrumentals, that's why they're
Yeah.
incorrect.
So I mean, I think we pretty much covered everything. I mean, do you have any like homies bands or anything like that you'd like to kind of shout out, throw on here? If not, that's cool, whatever.
Uh, I mean, I would say Science Penguin, but
Oh,
they'll
I
be
love
on the
them.
show soon.
Well,
They're
and
fun.
we'll add them though. They're good
Yeah,
dudes,
they're the
man.
boys.
They've been on twice already.
Uh,
This will be
yeah,
their
that's
third
that's
time.
I want Joel to put me on one of their songs. We even play the same sorts of guitars. We play the same Charvels.
Nice. Yeah, Joel is, dude, I love those guys so much. They're so
Hmm.
nice.
Yeah.
The tour was so cool because they were just like, oh, yeah, we're just gonna do it. Like, that's so awesome.
Dude, I'm
You can
excited.
do that. You can
Yeah,
just do it.
I'm so excited to have them back on. I've got so many questions. I was supposed to actually go to Dallas, but the week they came in, we had
Uh,
so much bullshit happen, and I was like, I'm not gonna fucking be able to make it. And I felt so
Make sure to
bad.
ask him about the Canadian border. They need to tell that story. It's funny.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm excited to have them back on and talk about it because, like, dude, they're literally just two dudes, man. I mean, well, three, but I don't think their bassist toured with. I think it was just Matt
He did not.
and Joel. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're just two fucking dudes,
We
and
had a great conversation with them last time.
yeah, and they were like, you know what, we're gonna go on tour, and I like how they're hitting their goals. They got this last album, they got it professionally mixed and mastered, which was a goal of theirs, and then a tour, and they just toured everywhere, dude. They did it fucking big for their first tour, man.
Yeah. I'm sure they'll be excited to talk about it.
Super proud of those guys, man. But you got a song from them?
Shoot, did it? Oh, I asked Joel about this one. It's something with toast in the title. It's an older one, but
Okay.
I was watching him play, and I'm like, I took a video of you because I want to watch it back and try to learn those chords.
Can you make me toast?
There we go.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like the song title shticks that they do.
yeah. They so that when the first time they were on, they were talking about this album. This is my home now. They had that fucking album mixed and mastered on Fiverr.
Hmm.
They paid
It,
somebody off of Fiverr to mix and master that album for them.
Wow.
I was like, dude, that's insane. Like, because it sounds decent. It sounds really good, but it's fucking crazy, man.
it is pretty nuts what people can do in their home studios these days. I've been trying my best to learn it. I mixed the EP. I mixed the two single. I didn't mix Clarity. That was somebody else. But yeah, I've been trying to learn as much as I can. I've been
Yeah,
trying to like find people to like do their music too, because I think it'd be good to be able to do stuff and not have to make all of the final decisions. Because that's so paralyzing. Just be like, is it good enough? Well, if it's just
yeah,
you, you can't ask somebody. But if it's someone else's stuff, I feel like I could do really well because they'd be like, "Oh, do you like this?" And they're like, "Yes." Like, cool. Then it's good, and then I can move on to the next part or focus on
Yeah,
other
so
things.
we've talked about the benefits of doing that on your own quite a few times on the show, and it's like the benefits of being able to mix and master your own stuff is being able to get it out quickly. So like for TikTok trends and covers and shit like that. But if you want like an actual like mixed, mastered, and like produced song, it's best to like send it off, get some other ears on it. That way, it's not just you the whole time
Hmm.
because things get monotonous, and then you become biased to your own work, and like
Well, stuff starts sounding weird. You
your
just
stuff
listen
starts
to it
sounding
like a
weird.
million times over.
Yeah, so it's best to send like if you want like an actually produced um, piece of work, it's best to send it off. But if you just want something quick, it's better to have the skills to do it. So
Yeah. I mean that's like the tough thing is getting your stuff to sound professional where people don't like really see because like in your own studio you don't hear the professional quality that you can't really put your finger on because you seen how the sausage is made and I
yeah,
tried to get someone else to mix the EP but we weren't really seeing eye to eye on certain creative decisions and so I was like oh shoot I have to just mix this myself but I didn't want to master it myself so I had Jared Compton from Comptello and what's his new band Rattlesnake Suitcase he mastered the EP and just being able to have that knowing if someone else put his ears on every part of this and did a part of the production for me means I can feel a little more secure that there's not mistakes and weird moments because you can't always trust your ears,
yeah, for sure.
especially if you're. I don't feel like I know what I'm doing a lot of the time. I just think, well, I got the songs to sound as good as they can,
Yeah,
and I don't think my production is terrible. I've heard worse things from bigger bands, so it's like okay, at least it's not terrible.
it's that's a tricky one though, especially like with music. I think it's more like straight lined. So like you have to have a good mix and master in order for for it to be decent, right? I mean, podcasting is a whole different world. I've heard like some really like bad podcasts, like mixes and masters, and like not mastered, but just like sound like they just sound like they're done in a basement with like your cell phone, and they get like raving reviews, and it's like, man, people really don't give a shit about like what your podcast sounds like.
They don't really care about how your music sounds sometimes either.
Yeah,
If you're just talking to other producers and audiophile people, they're gonna have a lot more to say. But I would like show my friends some mixes and want to get other people's ears on it. They weren't even thinking about the mixes. They were only listening to the composition. It's like,
yeah,
oh,
Mhm.
so the feedback I wanted, there was like, why would you care?
yeah,
Well, I care a little bit less now.
yeah,
It
yeah.
was
It's
like,
just like something
I
like,
could spend
well,
so long trying to get like a mix that a big studio would do, or I could just release music.
yeah, and it makes you think like, why am I putting so much time into this when it's only going to matter to a fraction of the people, you know?
Yeah, it's not like
But
many people listen to my stuff right now.
yeah, I try to make my shit sound good just for me now, not for everybody else. So, because I like the way it sounds. It used to not sound so good because I was in a big room. I had a lot of reverb on the mic, but I moved to a smaller room, so now it sounds so much better.
Yeah, smaller room. Got, I think, did you upgrade your mic as well?
Um, so I have had the same mic the entire time, but I got a
Okay.
pop filter, which helps so goddamn much. This little bitty flimsy fucking thing with like just a little bit of padding over it. Like,
Uh-huh.
I mean, you wouldn't believe how well it helps.
Yeah, sound
Yeah,
is crazy.
Yeah,
it
because
really
like
is.
before I was like picking up all the like S's, like dude, it was ridiculous. And you don't realize how much you say words with a P or an S in them until you don't have a fucking pop filter, and you're like, God damn, it's insane. I don't know. I upgraded a few things, and now it sounds a lot better. We've been doing this for a year straight now, and it sounds better. And I don't know. It sounds better to me. I don't know if it sounds better to anybody else, but whatever. But I think we're getting close to wrapping up, man. If you want to, do you use Spotify to listen to music, or what do you use?
I use Apple Music, which is always a little bit awkward. And people talk about Spotify. Like, I don't use Spotify. I use Apple Music.
That's fine.
We've had some other people that use
Yeah,
Apple Music. No big deal.
no, you're not weird, man. Apple Music and Spotify is the norm. What's weird is when people are like, I use YouTube Music, and I'm like, yo,
Yeah. Or
are
like when you
you
upload your
real?
music, it goes to all of the services and you see a big list of stuff. You're like, what the hell is Deezer?
Yeah,
But apparently it's like French Spotify. Like, okay.
yeah. I know what
Huh.
Deezer is. Deezer is like, I think a rapper owns that.
Interesting.
Yeah, yeah, it's not man. But could you give us the last song you listened to?
What was the last song? I mean, I can definitely also like text over more stuff if you guys wanted a bigger.
Oh man, it's I mean, we got 15 songs. This will be 16, and then we put two of yours on there. So I mean, the playlists we don't really have like a minimum or a maximum.
Right. But if there's some you want on there to like,
Yeah, if there's some you missed or whatever, just shoot me a text, dude. You got my messenger. So
Yeah, I'll think about it. Yeah, I'll get some more stuff. Oh, we want one more. Let's go with Ice Blink Luck by Cocteau Twins. That's an interesting pick. The song's so catchy. Can't understand a word of it.
Cocteau Twins?
Yeah, Cocteau. It's an old 80s goth band.
Nice. And what was the name of the song?
Ice Blink Luck.
Okay,
I
gotcha.
don't know what it means. I'm almost convinced it's just because it feels fun to say.
Um, so since your EP should be out by then, by the time this drops, give us two songs off your EP. We're gonna start the playlist off with one, and we're gonna close it with one.
Okay. I think I really want but let's go with Relax. I'm literally just vibing, and we'll go with Missing Peace of Mind.
Okay. And Adam, you want to do the rest?
yeah, man, just shout out your social media handles so everyone can go give you a follow and be on the lookout for that EP that's coming out here in, 2 or 3 weeks, hopefully.
Yeah, so yeah, all my stuff is Michael Andriano, and that's my name. Like that's what you look me up on Spotify and stuff. Then Music Man Misha is my Instagram and YouTube, and the hell was my one of them's different. I also have TikTok. TikTok is Michael Misha Andriano. That's it. Yeah, but Music Man Misha gets you to most things.
Gotcha,
Should change
gotcha.
the TikTok handle if I can.
Well, yeah, man. Well, thank you for giving us your time today, man. We really enjoyed it. We appreciate it.
Yeah, man, thank you.
Later.
It was fun. Thank you.
Yeah, good night.